Today is going to be another update on the trash can pond. At the beginning of the summer, I had put the pond out here with about 10 guppies in it, and there was a lot of fries that was spawned from this 10 guppies. And then over here we have my little smaller pond. I transfer most of the little guppies from the trash can to the little pond. But today I want to talk to you about something that's going to happen with these guys. Is that since the weather here where I live is starting to become a little bit colder, so we need to start moving some of this fish indoors, so that way the temperature overnight won't kill them. So let's get going with that. I'm going to be netting out. I got my net right here. I'm going to be netting out these fish and all of these beautiful guppies that have grown over the summer. They're going to go indoors into a 55-gallon tank. The tank has been cycled for a few days now. Now, of course, we won't be putting so much fish in it if it was a brand new tank, because you have to let the nitrifying bacteria grow on the filter. I will be using the filter media that we have here. There's a sponge in there, and there's also another sponge down the bottom of this filter that we're going to be using to attach to the new filter. That way, you know, the ammonia spike, when we add all these fish into the new 55-gallon tank, the ammonia spike won't kill them, and so it'll help with the with the nitrogen cycle. So for those who don't understand what the nitrogen cycle is, I would totally recommend you do a little research about the nitrogen cycle and how fish acclimate to a brand new fish tank without dying from high ammonia spikes and nitrogen spikes. But if I can show you a little bit in here, sorry about the glare everybody, but in here you can see all the fish swimming in there. We're going to be transferring it out of this little tub here into a 55-gallon tank. Okay, so I already got some of the water out here. We're going to put them in this little cup. Well, I wouldn't say a little cup, it's container. Half of it I use the tank water that is currently in the fish tank, and the other half is going to be from the pond water, so that way the fish doesn't feel any shock when I transfer them into this little container. Okay, all right, so let's go and get some of the fish out, and we'll be right back, and I'll show you what I do with them. Okay, so just to show you what I got here, this is after about half an hour of trying to catching them from this bin and also from that trash can pond right there. I got a lot of the females in here, so let's go and put them in the tank and acclimate them and release them into the big tank. Okay, be right back. Okay, so here we are inside the house, and these guys are getting ready to go into this tank. As you can see, I already moved a lot of the male guppy fish into this tank about a day or two ago when I first set them up. So what we're going to do with these guys that we just collected outside, we're going to let them sit here for a little while, so that way the temperature of the water is the same as the temperature of the tank. Let them sit for about 10, maybe 15 minutes at the most, and then we'll release them. Okay, so it's about 15 minutes after we put in the first batch to acclimate. They're still right here. While that was happening, I went outside and I've noticed that there was a lot more fish in the pond, so I caught them too. So they're in here acclimating. So we're gonna start putting them in, but before we did that, this is what I did. I had showed you earlier that there was a sponge outside in the filter. I cleaned it out, make sure I put it on the intake of the new filter that I have right here. I want to make sure that if we do have any kind of small fries or baby fish, they don't get sucked into the filter. So here we go. Let's let them out and see where they go. I'm gonna gently lower this. We're gonna let them swim out freely. And there they are. They're slowly coming out, joining the rest of the group. Let's see from below. And just so you remember, I put about 10 guppy fish on that trash can at the beginning of the summer. And I had estimated that we will have about 200 by the end of it. Well, I guess from the look of the tank, it looks like we have close to about that number. Okay, here we go. Let's see about these guys right here. They're ready to go in as well. So I'm gonna tip the container and I'm gonna slowly let them swim out on their own. Still a little shy, but they'll get there. There we go. And coming out. There you go. There you go. Alright. That's 2 containers full of guppies. Of course, a lot of you might be wondering, now that I have all of them here inside this tank, will they multiply? And the answer is yes. Let me see if I can get it. Video this big mama right here. She's the one who is responsible. The one with the orange tail, that's the big mama. She's the one that's responsible for most of the light colored guppies in here. The last spawn she has over 60. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope this little tutorial video will show you that you can get a lot of guppies in one summer. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.